So you're thinking about buying a home in DC and you're not quite sure if that purchase should be a condo or if that purchase should be a house. You've probably heard some negative things about condo living and maybe even condo associations, but are those things really true though? Here's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be playing the role of kind of like a mediator. So I'm going to visit a condo and I'm going to be making a case as to why a condo might be a better fit for you and not a house. And then I'm going to visit a house and I'm also going to be making a solid case as to why a house might be a better fit for you as opposed to a condo. And we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn every single thing, I mean everything about DC real estate, living in Washington, DC, you're at the right place. Feel free to subscribe below. My name is Bashir and I get calls, texts, and emails from folks just like you looking to buy or sell a home in the Washington, DC area. So whether you have plans on doing that in the next 30, 60, 90 days or more, feel free to contact me, shoot me a text, call, or email. All my contact details are pinned in the comments and also in the description below. So we're starting off today at the condo. I'm in Northwest DC in the lovely neighborhood of Logan Circle, an extremely walkable neighborhood close to amenities. It's like 9:30 in the morning right now, and 14th Street, which is right below me, not sure if you can see it, it's packed. There are people walking their dogs, getting their morning coffee, morning breakfast. Lovely neighborhood. So the condo we're going to be looking at is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. It's a 2-level loft style condo in a historic building that used to be a telephone company back in the early 1900s. It also has beautiful amenities like this rooftop area that I'm standing on right now. You can come out here with friends, you can entertain. There's a grill back there and you can just take advantage of these scenic views of the entire neighborhood and DC at large. So let's go down, check out the unit, and let's make this case as to why a condo might be a better fit for you, not a house. So this is the front of the building. And the cool thing about this building is you get to live right beside Red Light Pizza. So let's check it out. So I mentioned earlier, this building used to be a telephone company. And as we can see, they kept the original telephone booth. It's the lobby. Got this cool art on the wall. And it looks like they got wooden ceilings. Interesting stuff. They've got this woodwork on the wall, it extends all the way up to the ceiling. Mail room right there. And then we've got the elevator. This is our unit. Got the washer dryer. Over here we got our bathroom. Linen closet right there. Some closet space. Got original hardwood floors, and check it out. Now, this unit is a 2-level loft, right? So super high ceilings. It got the industrial, they kept that industrial look to it. So you can see they have the ducts exposed. And that's actually for aesthetic purposes. So in a lot of these industrial style buildings, which there aren't a lot of in DC, you know, they leave the ductwork exposed, right? And then you have the exposed brick and these large industrial windows. It just brings in a ton of light. And right across the street, that's 14th and R. So you have all your amenities, restaurants, places to eat, bars, nightlife, all that cool, fun stuff. So this would be, you know, like the living area. And this is your kitchen. Got the stove, Bosch appliances. Now this electric stove built into the countertops, which are actually made out of stone. So we've got the stone countertops, stone backsplash. That's storage right there. And these ceilings have to be probably about maybe 20 feet. Or is it 20 inches? I'm having a brain fog right there. And this is a sleeping area. 20-foot ceilings. It came to me. So back here, we've just got more storage space, or closet space, I should say. This is just like a utility closet. Got the steel railings. So let's make this case as to why a condo might be a better fit for you. Now, if you're like me and you want absolutely nothing, I mean absolutely nothing to do with cutting grass, mowing the lawn, picking weeds, watering plants, and anything of that nature, a condo might be a better fit for you as opposed to a house. So the first point is very little to no maintenance. So for the most part, when you own or when you live in a condo, the only thing you're responsible for is what goes wrong in your unit, right? So what's the worst thing that can happen? Your garbage disposal goes out, that's gonna be your responsibility. But as far as anything else outside of your unit, you're not responsible for it. You don't have to worry about a roof. You don't have to worry about landscaping. You don't have to worry about making sure your grass is cut so you don't get fined by the city or you don't have your neighbors complaining. If you want to alleviate yourself of all of those things, a condo is the perfect way to go. And usually when something does go wrong in a condo as far as maintenance, you know, like a water heater issue, I mean, a lot of condos don't even have a water heater in the unit. Those large expenses that you can accumulate through owning a home, it's basically reduced when you own a condo. And I think a lot of people tend to underestimate how many things can go wrong in an actual house. I mean, just so many things. Basement floods, roof leaks, higher energy bills. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. Now, you should expect these things when you're buying a house. That's why it's always wise to budget for these things and put that money aside, because you just don't know when the next thing in the house is gonna break. As opposed to a condo, I mean, yeah, things could go wrong, but it's on a very small scale. Now, the second reason why you might wanna buy a condo instead of a house in DC is because condos are usually located in prime locations. Now, not to say that you can't find houses in prime locations, especially in DC, in the city. But more often than not, if you want to be in a prime location close to a metro, close to a lot of amenities, gyms, restaurants, and things of that nature, buying a condo is probably a better option. For example, this condo is right on the corner of 14th and R Street and Logan Circle, and you're basically close to everything you need for city living. You've got the Whole Foods on P Street, you've got a ton of places to eat, breakfast, lunch, brunch, and dinner spots on 14th. I mean, this condo even shares a wall with Red Light Pizza downstairs. Now, to be fair, like I said, you can still find houses in prime locations like these. We're on R Street right now, and if we just go a few blocks down, you're gonna see houses in close proximity to these condos. So that's the second added benefit of buying a condo, you know? I mean, for the most part, builders aren't gonna build condos in the middle of nowhere because condos are built for a certain demographic, and that demographic of people usually tends to be people who are more attracted to city life. Now, the third reason you might want to buy a condo over a house is because of affordability. Now, the average condo in DC as of 2024 is around $400,000. On the other hand, the average house is going to cost you around $850,000 to $900,000, right? So houses aren't cheap. If you're a first-time home buyer and you're working with a budget that's way under $850,000 to $900,000, and you're maybe between that $400,000 to $600,000 range, a condo is a great option. It allows you to get your feet into the door of home ownership without having to break the bank or even being able to qualify at all. Now, when I say the average cost for condos in DC are $400,000, you also have condos as low as $200,000 and $300,000, and you also have condos, you know, for $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $1 million. This condo is priced at $599,000. That's just because it's in a really solid location. So condos in DC, when it comes to price, they're all over the price spectrum, but that sweet spot tends to be around $400,000. So those are three reasons why you might want to buy a condo over a house. Now, there are many other reasons which I didn't touch on because I think those three reasons are the three that really stand out and are the reasons that a lot of people take into consideration when they pick condos over houses. Now, let me address a couple myths about condo living and condo associations or HOAs. Now, the most common one, which I hear all the time, is that condo fees always go up. Now, this has some truth to it. It doesn't go up to the rate at which a lot of people think. I'm not saying condo fees don't go up at all. Of course they do. Everything goes up because of inflation, right? But I just want to give you some context here. I'll give you a real life example. Take a look at this property. This townhouse is located in an HOA that a client of mine currently has under contract. Now, this townhouse was built in 1993. And when it was built, the HOAs were $30 a month in 1993. As of today, the HOA fee went up from $30 a month to $80 a month currently. So in a matter of 31 years, there's been a $50 increase in the HOA fees. I mean, if you did the math, that's like $1.77 on an annual basis. That's not going to break anyone's bank. Now, there are some condos out there that their fees go up by a ridiculous amount every year. From my experience, that's because the HOAs aren't being run efficiently. And then unfortunately, they just have to increase their fees. Anytime you're buying a condo, there's steps that you can take as far as due diligence to make sure that the HOA is being run in an efficient manner. And you can also see the history of the HOA and how much their fees have gone up over the past 5, 10, 20 years. And this is something that a realtor should be helping you with, but at least you have some kind of idea on what kind of HOA you're buying into. So yes, HOA fees go up. In a lot of cases, they don't go up as rapid as people think. So now that I've made a case for why a condo might be a better fit for you as opposed to a house, let's go check out the house, and then I'll make a case for why a house might be better for you instead of a condo. All right, so we made it to the house and we're in Northeast DC in the neighborhood of North Michigan Park. We're going to be looking at this home right behind me, and it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2,200 square foot 2-level homes. So what's funny is someone left a comment on the channel a few days ago asking if there are any homes in DC that doesn't have 1,000 floors. Well, this one behind me only has 2 floors. And, a lot of homes in DC, they tend to be 3-level homes with, a main level, the top level, and the basement. So this is a really unique home in DC, and it's priced at $750,000. So let's take a look. A very quiet street. Love the color of that door. Okay. So this is the main level. They've got recessed lighting throughout, speakers in the ceiling, LVP floors, lots of natural light. Got an electric fireplace at the bottom. And this would be the entertainment area. They've got standalone shelves. And this takes us into our kitchen. And look at the yard space. So this property sits on a 6,200 square foot lot. It's got additional windows on this side of the home. It's our kitchen. It's a cute kitchen. It's not the biggest, and at the same time, it doesn't feel cramped. Decent amount of storage space. I always like this simple white tile in kitchens. And then you've got this huge window right here. You can see everything that's going on in the backyard. They've got a roll-up door right there. So, a 2-car parking space. Our dishwasher, refrigerator. There we go. And this takes us down to the basement. We'll check that out in a few, but let's see what else we got here. So 3 out of the 4 bedrooms are on this level. All right, so this is the first. Second bedroom. Which is slightly bigger. It's got 2 windows. And this is the main bedroom. All right, closet right there. And there's actually access to the hallway bathroom from this room. So all the bedrooms on this level share this full bath. Got the dual vanity. Also got 2 mirrors. Let's head down to the basement. Notice that they kept the hardwood on the stairs, but the floors throughout the house were replaced. So this is our basement. Just pretty big. Again, they've got the recessed lighting throughout, speakers in the ceiling. I'm not sure if I just heard myself echo. Now we've got an additional bedroom in the basement, which is pretty big. Our closet. And we've got second full bathroom in the house. So down here they went with wooden cabinets and a different finish for the countertops. Got the tile floors, and this bathroom has a shower. And this door just takes us back outside. So you've got two entries, and it's just a utility closet. And this is the washer dryer area. So, interesting. This home does not come with a washer and dryer. Now, most homes, at least in DC and condos, they usually come with a washer and dryer. So I would say this is not the norm. It's more of like an exception to the rule. So we've got our yard space. Brand new wooden fence. Got a storage shed right there. It's also a side gate, so you can access the yard through that gate right there. Really beautiful home in a very quiet neighborhood in Northeast. See if this door is open. Looks like we've got an additional, it's locked, additional storage shed. Yeah, so this is a really rare type of home. You don't see a lot of these homes in DC. Most homes, at least single family homes, are going to be that style of colonials. So that probably has 3 levels, top level, second level, in the basement. This is only 2. You see the 2 windows. Another gate right here just takes you out to the front of the property. So really beautiful home. Now let's go inside and let's make this case as to why buying a house in DC would be better than living in a condo. Okay, so let's make this case. The first thing that I have on my list is probably the most obvious, and these two kind of go hand in hand. So more space and more privacy. So if you have kids, a large family, you need storage space, you need yard space, you need some sort of outdoor space, and you also want some sort of potential for expansion and customization. Buying a house is, of course, it's a no-brainer because you can't do any of those things for the most part if you bought a condo. So even though a condo has a lot of potential to be a starter home in DC, just to get you going, eventually when people start adding kids and spouses and family members into the mixture, condo is just not ideal. Now, when I say customization, let me just expound more on that. So the difference between customizing your house and customizing your condo is If you're customizing your house, if you're doing a new kitchen, if you're doing a new bathroom, for the most part, you don't have to ask anyone for permission, with the exception of pulling the proper permits required from the city. You don't really have to ask for permission. Now, with condos, depending on the condo building, you might have to get approval and permission from the association. And most condo associations tend to be flexible with their approvals. But if you don't even want to go through that at all, then, buying a house is a better bet. And let me also expound on potential for expansion. So recently in DC, depending on how big the lot your home sits on is, the city is allowing people to build ADUs. All that stands for is accessory dwelling units on their properties. And this tackles the issue of the extreme housing shortage that we've had in DC for many years now. So if you build an ADU in the back of your home, you could potentially rent that out to other people, and you're providing more housing for DC residents. And it also puts more income in your pocket. So these are things that you cannot do if you had a condo. The second thing on the list is no HOA fees. So most houses in DC, whether that be row houses or single family detached homes, you're not going to be paying any HOA fees. All you're paying is your principal, interest, insurance, and taxes. Now, there's been some new communities that's been built in DC, new townhouse communities, which tend to have HOA fees, but they're far and few between, and they're usually quite affordable. And when I say affordable, I'm talking, under $200. So buying a home in DC, HOA fees is something, for the most part, you probably won't have to worry about. Now, the last thing on the list is potential for appreciation. So it's very important to know this because it just gives you the proper expectations when you're going into home ownership as a homeowner or as a condo owner. Because houses and condos do not appreciate at the same rates. Houses appreciates at a much faster pace than condos. So let's go over some numbers here on what has the appreciation been like for houses in DC and condos in DC over the past decade or so. So I've got some figures here that I pulled directly from the multiple listing service. And that's just the database that us realtors have access to look up home sales and the market activity. So I'm going to go all the way back to 2015 so we can see what the trajectory has been both for condos and houses. Now I'm going to group the condos into two separate groups, 1-bedroom condos and 2-bedroom plus condos. So condos with 2 or more bedrooms. And that's because 1-bedroom condos and 2, 3, or 4-bedroom condos, they appreciate at rapidly different rates. I'm going to go all the way back to the year of 2015 to 2016. So in the year 2015 and 16, 1-bedroom condos, the median price was $375,000. 2+ bedroom condos, the median price was $599,000. In the years 2016 to 2017, 1-bedroom condos, the median price was $380,000, and the median price for 2+ bedroom condos were $612,500. In the years 2017 to 18, 1-bedroom condos were $390,000, and 2+ bedroom condos were $620,000. In the year 2018 to 19, 1-bedroom condos were $399,700, and 2+ bedroom condos were $625,000. 2019 to 2020, 1-bedroom condos were $410,000, and 2-bedroom plus condos were $640,000. 2020 to 2021, 1-bedroom condos, and this is around the time where the market started going crazy, 1-bedroom condos were $412,000, and 2+ bedroom condos were $650,000. 2021 to 2022, 1-bedroom condos, they took a dip. They went down to $405,000, and this was because a lot of people started moving out of these 1-bedroom condos to get more space because of the pandemic, right? 2-bedroom plus condos, they went up. 2+ bedroom condos were $679,000. 2022 to 2023, 1-bedroom condos were $400,000. So again, we see a dip there. And 2-bedroom plus condos were $685,000. So as we can see from the years 2015 to 2023, 2+ bedroom condos, they've kept their value, right? So in 2015, 2016, that median price was $599 for 2-bedroom plus condos. And in 2023, it went up to $685. Whereas with 1-bedroom condos in 2015, 2016, median price was $375,000. And even though there were dips along the way, at the end of 2023, they were valued at $400,000. So this just goes to show you real estate doesn't always go up but over time, it goes up. So even though there are dips along the way, it's like with any other investments, there are going to be ups and downs. If you give it a long enough trajectory, you're going to see an increase in values. So looking at the data from 2015 to 2023, and if we did some math, we can see that one bedroom condos appreciated at 0.82% on an annual basis. And two bedroom plus condos in DC appreciated at 1.66% on an annual basis. Now, let's look at the appreciation rates for houses in DC. We're going to use the same time frame. So in 2015 to 2016, the median house price in DC was $660,000. 17 to 18, the median house price was $675,000. 2018 to 2019, median house price was $690,000. 2019 to 2020, $750,000. 2020 to 2021, $810,000. So we see a big jump there between the years 2020 and 21. 2021 to 2022, another big jump to $915,000. And 2022 to 2023, median home values did not move. So they didn't go up, they didn't go down, they stayed the same at $915,000. Now, if your budget for a house in DC is way under this $915,000 price tag, there's nothing for you to be worried about, because you can definitely get a house in DC for $8, $7, $6, $5, even $400,000. The reason why the median price is so high, because there are a lot of expensive homes in DC. I'm talking $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 million homes, and those homes tend to drag the median prices up. So even though the median price is at, over 900K, you can definitely get a home in DC for half that amount. So looking at the trajectory for homes since 2015, and after doing some quick math, houses in DC, based on these figures, appreciate at 4.17% on an annual basis. So we can definitively conclude that houses appreciate at a rate that's 3 times greater than condos. So if your main priority for buying real estate in DC is appreciation, hands down, this is not even up for debate. You're going to be better off buying a house. Now, just to be fair to people who have goals of buying condos or condo owners, not everyone has the same goals when they're buying real estate, because believe it or not, everyone's goal isn't appreciation. So you might have someone who buys a condo just because they're tired of paying rent and they're tired of moving every, 2 to 3 years. They want some more stability. As far as their living costs go, someone might choose to buy a condo for that reason, and they're not necessarily worried about appreciation from the condo. That's that individual's goal. Now, on the other hand, people who prioritize appreciation, they're going to lean more towards buying a house. And as far as condos goes, we have different types of condos in DC. So we have condos in bigger buildings that are like 40, 50, 100, 200 units. And then we also have, if you've driven around neighborhoods in Northwest, you're going to see a lot of these row houses that have been converted to condos, and they usually sell for around 6 to 8, 9, in some cases even $1 million. Now, those condos, I would argue that the appreciation for those are probably closer to the appreciation for houses, because those condos tend to be 2 levels. In some cases, they're around 15 to 2,000 square feet or even more. And you also get a yard. But when it comes to your smaller condos that are only 1 level in maybe a smaller building or even a bigger building with 100 units, those condos tend to appreciate at a much slower rate than these row houses that have been converted into condos, because oftentimes these row house condo conversions, they still tend to give you some element of row house living. And those tend to be desirable assets in DC. The more desirable an asset is, the greater the potential for appreciation. So I hope I made a good case as to why a condo or a house might be for you. There's no right or wrong investment here. It just depends on what your goals are and also what you're willing to sacrifice or maybe not sacrifice. So if you're looking to buy a condo or a house in DC and you want to know how the market is performing currently in 2024, you can reach out to me. All my contact details are in the description below. Call me, text me, shoot me an email. Always glad to have a discussion about DC real estate and helping you find your place in the city. Until next time, see you in the next video.